guys, for today, the 24th day of JuV, I thought I would tell you a little bit about some of my favourite webcomics, because I have been reading webcomics for a long time, over a decade now, and that's kind of scary to me. But I've got some good ones, and I really enjoy them. So sit back, relax, and I'll tell you all about some really good webcomics. So the first one that I want to say about is Order of the Stick, which is basically my gateway into webcomics. It's a D&D parody webcomic that, well, it started as one, and it's gone way beyond that. It's gone into a big story all about various heroes, and there's loads of meta stuff in it, and it's brilliant, and I've been reading it for the longest time because it was my gateway into webcomics. It was the first one I ever read, and I can still pinpoint the exact strip I started at. The next webcomic I want to say about is Earthworld, which, funnily enough, was another one that was on the same website as Order of the Stick, and actually spun off that website onto its own. It's another sort of gaming one, mainly tabletop gaming, but it's got its own twist, and there's loads of meta references in it as well, but it's a really cool story. It's been going on for a long time now, and I've been reading it since the beginning, and it's got so much in it. And like, when a particular panel came out last year before, I just belly laughed about it because it was just brilliant, just really brilliant. The next one that I want to say about is Darth Droids, which is a D&D Star Wars parody comic. The parody coming in that it's retelling the story of Star Wars as if it was a role-playing game campaign. Brilliant. It's really clever, and it's retelling the entire story. They've just finished episode 6, they're going to do Rogue One next, and they're probably going to wait and do episode 7 to 9 once episode 9's finished. At least that's the way it seems from their forums and things. It's really good though. They've really been really clever. So I want to say a little bit about Namesake, which is another really clever comic. The idea here is that all the different worlds in stories are real, and there's actually people that travel from our world to their world, and these people are called namesakes because they all have the same name. There's also writers, and there's a nefarious organisation called the Rippers who are fighting against the main namesakes and stuff, and it's a really powerful webcomic. It's really good. You should check it out. So the next one is Girl Power, which is a really clever webcomic. The idea behind it is people are superpowered. What happens if a massive comic book nerd gets the superpowers and ends up having to join up in this very realistic world about superpowers? In it, like, the superpowers are actually having to be part of the military if they're wanting to be superheroes, and it's really clever on that front. Really clever. Be aware though, there's a lot of gratuitous beefcake and cheesecake in there. Really, quite a lot. But it's really clever, and it's really good. It's just what the artist likes. The second last one I want to say about is Strong Female Protagonist. Now, the idea here is, what if a superhero realised that they weren't doing the best job because they're just fighting symptoms, not the cause? This is the case for Alison Green, who was Mega Girl. She used to be a superhero, but a couple of years back quit, and is now going to college. It's a really cool thing. She's actually got a whole sense of like social disenfranchisement and all that. It's really interesting. the last webcomic I want to say about is Questionable Content, which is a webcomic I started reading a while back. It started out very, very simply as a guy and a girl, and like there was all sorts of stuff with that. But as it's gone on, there's like little robots running all around, and the cast has expanded drastically, and it's gotten a lot of interesting stuff about like social justice, alcoholism, and various other things in it. And it's really, really clever, and I really, 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 really appreciate it. It's really good, and I like it a lot. So, those are my favourite webcomics. Let me know in the comments down below what yours are, and also if you're going to check any of these out, because they're really good. Really, really good. Let me know down below. I hope that you enjoyed this video and that you remember to like and share it and subscribe to my channel. Click on the thumbnails down below to see other videos by me, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.